Hello and welcome to the channel How We Move the Decimal. Today I'm going to be listing a bunch of vintage books that were previously listed and fell off. These books we got at an estate sale. We bought the entire bookshelf, but not the bookshelf. So all the books on the bookshelf, but not the bookshelf. I think we paid $15 for the whole bookshelf, and we've already sold a couple of the books on it before they all disappeared. I don't know how these disappeared, but there were a lot of vintage books. The books that did sell, so I have no record of them in here being relisted, but the books that did sell were old Girl Scout books, old Girl Scout camping manuals, and I had a buyer almost immediately after I listed it email me and ask if they could separate the lot. So I had a lot of 3, and they asked if they could separate the lot because they particularly wanted one book. And I was more than willing to do that. So if you have a lot and someone just wants that one book, give them a quote on that. And if they're willing to pay what you think it's worth, then I think it's fine to separate the lot. I was more than willing to separate it for her, and she was very excited to get the book and left me really good feedback, so that was nice. And that one book paid for this entire lot of books. So I guess, yes, it hurts they all dropped off, but I'm not in the hole because of it. But this will mess with inventory because I bought all of this probably 1 year to 2 years ago. This was on an online estate sale right after the panini started. So right after it started, all of the auction companies here started doing online auctions. And one of the auction companies here specifically does estate sale auctioning. And they started putting all of their estate sale auctions online. And this was probably one of the first or second ones because there was not like a huge bidding war. Now I will say we've gone to the same ones online and looked online, and there's been crazy bidding. So it's become more aware, more popular. And a lot of these were like old field books, teaching books, little kids, like kindergarten reader type stuff, a lot of Reader's Digest books, some encyclopedias. I do believe the family that this came from, the lady in the house, the female of the house, was a teacher. A lot of these books were 1920 to 1970 was the range. Honestly, I'm not even sure what really caught our eye about it, but we're like, hey, you know what? We'll just bid on this. And with a lot of the early online estate sales, we would just run through and put $1 on a lot of things and see what happened in the end. And a lot of times we'd get stuff for $1 because people just weren't bidding on it. Again, though, this was at the very, very beginning, and now it's crazy. We looked on it for a recent auction, and for like paper plates and plastic knives and forks still in package. I mean, they weren't like out of package or used anything, but still in package, and a lot of them, and it went for like over $100. And you could go buy them new at Walmart for less than that. And I didn't see anything that was like outrageous. There was no like really quirky vintage packaging, none of that. So not sure why. I don't know if it's just like the early, days of eBay. If anybody was on the early days of eBay and you remember, the bidding could get crazy. And I guess the new app or thing like Whatnot is now doing like live auctions, and people can get crazy doing that and like make like $3,000 in one auction, stuff like that. But I think the people that are being very successful with that have very large social media followings, where I do not. I think I get like 1 to 5 views per video, so I don't think I would have like someone buying my stuff just because they've seen me on YouTube, which would be cool, but that's not going to happen. I recently went to a thrift store. So we have it's called a throwback prom or decades prom or something for adults, and it's a fundraiser. And so I was going and looking for a prom dress, but like a god awful, disgusting dress that I could just cut up and everything for my costume. And I went to a couple thrift stores locally to do that, and I was looking at the prices. Granted, the prices on everything has gone up so bad, but I was looking at the prices at this thrift store, and I couldn't buy something there and make any money off of it. It's just not feasible. I've talked about it in previous videos. I'm not going to find high-end items. I'm finding bread and butter items. I'm finding items I can sell $15 to $20 on eBay, which was fine before whatever is going on, because I was paying between 25 cents and $1 for them. Well, one of my usual thrift stores that I have not been into this entire year, because I've been trying so hard not to thrift at all, and the only reason I was going in there this time was for personal use and not to get inventory, because I am dead set on getting through my pile of money downstairs. So I wasn't buying anything. I had blinders on. I was just looking for prom dresses, just going in there for myself. And like, ideally, I would love to have a very shiny taffeta bridesmaid's dress just to muck up for my costume. But anyway, I'm going there, I'm looking for myself, but I'm looking at the prices. I'm looking around, and they raised all their jean prices to one price. Before, they were a little adjustable in their prices. Some had like $1.25, some had $3.50, like that. What they considered the higher end jeans would have $3.50 on them. Now they are all $6. I cannot buy jeans for $6. Well, I'll correct that. I cannot buy Levi's and Carhartts for $6 because I am only selling them for 15. So if I buy for 6, and by the time I've washed them, by the time I've photographed them and put all my work into it in time, I'm not walking away with anything. And I give my buyers a really good deal on shipping. So I usually take a $1 to $2 loss on shipping. So I would not make any money buying it at $6. And I was like, okay, maybe that's just jeans. Maybe I have to shift. We've all had to do this. If you've been reselling long enough, you have to shift. You have to shift what you're selling because the prices get higher. It gets harder to find. Shipping charges have changed. Also, FYI, shipping charges have changed and they've gone up quite a bit. But I was like, okay, fine. I'll look at other things. I do fairly decent on men's dress shirts. Graphic t-shirts do really well. I always like to look through the graphic t-shirts just to see if there is any band t-shirts, stuff like that. I will get where I'm from. I may not get high-end brands, but I can get band t-shirts. I can get NASCAR t-shirts until the sun comes home. I can get all the Indy 500 t-shirts I need. 1980s bands. I found a really great Guns N' Roses t-shirt that sold very well for me. I can do that. I can get like 80s, 90s band t-shirts, no problem. Except for now, I was going and I was looking and they up-priced all of the band t-shirts. Some of them I could probably still make money on, but I didn't buy because I'm not looking to add more to my death pile. Because that's not my jam. I don't get really interested in listing that. So I look at that. They have up-priced all of their band t-shirts. They put a couple of them in their like boutique items and priced them very high. Some of their hard goods, they had the eBay printouts, but they didn't have the solds. They had what they're listed as. And I wanted to go up. I was very curious, so I looked at it on eBay and pulled up my own eBay app and looked at it. And one of the things they had listed for like $100, it was a China set, and they had the eBay listing of it being $100. I looked on eBay. Yeah, the listing was there for $100, but guess what? The solds were less than $5. So they're doing themselves a disservice. They want to move product. People are donating so fast to the point that I don't have the ability to donate. I have to make an appointment to donate, and we are 3 weeks out right now on making appointments. to donate items. So they're glutted with all of these donations right now, but they're doing themselves a disservice by pricing so high. And I understand they want to make as much money as they can, but we can only do so much. And if it sits there and doesn't sell, like, what if, my only time there, I come in, I see this thing, I'm like, oh, it's priced way too high, I'm not going to buy. I may never go back because their prices are so high. Uh, Another local thrift store I went into, the quality was not good. I don't know if somebody is picking before it gets on the floor or it's just getting picked off the floor that quickly. Again, I really haven't been in a thrift store since the beginning of the year, just trying to get through all my stuff. And I was disappointed in the quality of stuff. Their prices were still the same, but the quality was really down. But they are extremely local, small business owned, and I have seen people picking up stuff from them. Like they've left stuff back, pulled stuff back. Um, I can't knock them for that. I guess I can be a little jealous that they have that deal. I want that deal. But I'm not out there looking for deals like that. I'm not out there making connections like that because I don't have the capacity to work at that level. I am a local garage sale season and one-offs at thrift stores. I'm not doing arbitrage anymore. I thought for a little bit I would get into arbitrage right when I started thrifting and reselling on eBay. So this was probably like 2015, 2016 when arbitrage was like just a tiny little baby. And people were starting like, I'm going to sell on Amazon. I looked into arbitrage and honestly, the things I did try, I never made a big enough profit on for it to be worth my time. So thank you for watching my video and listening to me rant, and hopefully I will see you again.